Perhaps the hardest part about doing anything is realizing you should do it even when you don't want to. Yeah, that's the part that's hard. When you really get out of the groove, you stare at all that blank space, you ask, well, who's going to fill that up? This guy. That one too. Welcome back to Talkin Drawful. I am your host, Irreverent Ellsworth. Thank you for tuning in today. It's the day before Christmas, December 24th. And like all good winters in Maryland, it really gets the sadness going on. So today I think what I'm going to do in my sketchbook, not on my intro cards, is going to play around with some different faces and stuff. I don't have any kind of guidelines or goals today, but just draw some oversimplified faces and then we'll figure out where to go from there. So maybe we work on faces. This is unhappy face. This is a really large and unhappy face. A very large unhappy face. It's like a Joker face. What's wrong with your face? It's falling off my head. Well, that could be a problem. It's the beautiful thing about two-dimensional art. It doesn't really have to make sense, even though if they were to come off the page, they would die. It's just an unhappy person with a ever-growing chin is what's going to happen there. Eyes are over here like a flounder. Got a giant ear on this person. This person's just not happy about life. Bring that head here. It's the back of the head here. I'm trying to avoid hair because I want to do different colors. I want to keep with that. Even though we picked some dark colors, we're picking dark colors to be keeping with the gray days that we're enjoying. Ah, yes. We'll do two side boobs. Point them up a little further. Yeah. We'll do a sideways Sauron. Sideways Wu-Tang. Oh, that is a heck of a twist right there, buddy. Maybe too much of a twist. Perhaps there's some motion going on. I don't know. Could be a lot of things going on. Who knows? But we, hey, you don't know until you try, and that is some action going on there. Not sure what that is. Usually, it's a good sign if you can make yourself laugh with your art. I think that's a pretty good sign. This person does not look too happy. We're going to hunch up one shoulder and then we're going to drop the other one. Angle this arm up a bit because we're going to reach out to someone else. Now I'm going to hold on to this color because I already used it. And not a fan of brown, so let's use brown. There we go. So what's going on with you? Oh, I don't know. Having a moment over here. Me too. Small world. Let's go ahead and commiserate. So sometimes when I feel like I don't want to do anything, I like to hide in my bedroom and draw pictures of boobs. Really? Me too. This person is astonished. She might be baffled. She is baffled. Look at that. It looks like a baffled person. It helps if you understand basic human. anatomy, because then you can bend it quite a bit. And by understand it, just be familiar with it. Like a nose should appear above a mouth, and yeah, sure, that's not unrealistic in any way, shape, or form, but it's fun. So we'll put a little ear on here, and again, it's just for fun. Like she's going to be reaching out. She's going to be looking in. Or maybe she's turned around backwards. Whoa. So then this would come over here. Nope, too far. How do we convey a neck that's tilted? That's too far of a neck. Alright, I don't know if we're going to get into that. But this does make for an interesting cape. Hey, look at that. A cape, of course, that will not cover her boob. Because everybody's pointing up to the ceiling today. Maybe there's a gravitational thing going on. Or maybe that's just perfect. I know. More talking on the Talkin draw. I don't know. Some days I just focus on a lot of breathing. I've gotten into humming. Humming is there's a lot of concentration when you're singing or humming. So I find that naturally focuses my breathing. We're going to make a little... Is that her hair? I'm not sure what that is. Feels like hair. It's not acting right over the shoulder though. Yeah, because hair wouldn't usually... There we go. That is hair. Yay. I'll make it hair. Sure. Oh, I didn't want to render the hair in the same color. Didn't give her a whole lot of depth there. I could maybe tilt her back with this arm over here. Side and back over there. This being the arm. Not real convincing there. See, she's obviously not a fan of it. I go dark blue with this hair or that hair. We'll go gray. And with the hair we're going to do... I always like trying different shapes that I haven't tried before. Oh, we did I want to talk to the manager, Bob. We did the aggressive Bob. We constantly do the draping. We did the Bride of Frankenstein. Maybe we should do the Goku. We could do the Goku. We could do like a 70s fro. Do we want a fro? Maybe. I don't know. Most of it's going to be chopped off at the front, so that's not fun. Maybe we could do braids. Maybe braids. And have the braids pulled back. Because it'll still have the same basic shape. Maybe not. Oh, I don't know if I really have the patience to draw these all out individually. I believe the answer is no. So obviously this person has a bun of them behind her head. Clearly. Yep, a bun it is. A bun it is with a few accent braids. There we go. Does she have a do-rag on? Oh, she might have a do-rag on. There we go. Dark blue. Maybe not a do-rag. Maybe she just has just her hair pulled tightly. Yes, we'll do that. We'll do some irregular bumps on the hair, and then we'll pull it in like that, and then some in like that, and then yeah, we'll just make this a tight myriad of braids. And still has to follow like some hair patterns. It's not like this. It's cornrows or oh, bless their hearts. Ladies who get the really tight cornrows. Oh Lord, you can actually see their scalp like vibrating between their hair, and not just women, men too. No. giving me a headache just thinking about that. But I mean, to each their own. Do your thing. Have fun with that noise. I did dreads for a little while until this just couldn't handle the upkeep. I mean, there's a lot of craziness. It's not a lot of craziness. It's a lot of upkeep, is what it is. It's maintenance. So that's all. So I don't have long hair because I want to have a lot of maintenance. Like I don't put a lot of product in my hair. I don't put a lot of gel. My hair is kind of, ooh, that is like a kingfisher. What's going on there? Not sure. But, you know, we're going to continue it. It's like static electricity or something. And something's going on. This looks like, oh my God, looks like Garth from Wayne's World. Something's wrong. It's like Miss Lint off the Tick. That is not a good look. Well, this is healthy. It's healthy to make a really bad drawing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the whole point of this exercise is to realize the power of bad drawing. Really bad drawing. This truly terrible drawing is very liberating. See, we can give her several arms. Turn her into Goro. Yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, truly bad drawing is liberating because it allows you to sit back and easily criticize something. You know, what went wrong? Oh, I don't know. Probably about the time you started drawing, like 6 arms off for the one lady who had barbed wire for hair. It's like, ooh, barbed wire. Now there's a good idea. Turn that shit into barbed wire. See? Fantasy is much easier to sell than reality. That's some hardcore shit. I don't mess with this girl. She's got like the steel Jesus look. I wouldn't mess with this girl at all. She's got barbed wire in her hair. That's just, yeah, I wouldn't mess with her. Would not mess with her. Now I'm not quite sure what's going on here, so I'm gonna try to save it somehow. All right, maybe we'll do like a Medusa thing or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be like an insane color extension or something. I wanted to stick with all dark colors for this, but I don't know what's really going on with her hair, so might have just to improvise. Was it Picasso that said, I endeavor to create art like a child? Because there's no boundaries when you're a child. It's like there's nothing wrong with ridiculous ideas on the page. What's possibly wrong with this photo? It's busy, it's noisy, it's not exciting. How is any of that a problem? It's not a problem. It's not a problem to just enjoy what you're doing. It's funny because art gets so often lost in the making sense of it. It's not just art. I think life gets lost in the whole process of trying to make sense of it. Because you do. Every day has to have a purpose. Every day has to have accomplishment. Every day has to have some forward motion, or otherwise we're just falling backward into the abyss. And that's kind of how I feel on a regular basis. I feel like every day is this giant mountain. I'm just yoinking myself up, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of reason? Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of good reason on the other end of things. I don't know. Get to a point where it just doesn't make sense. Just kind of. I think they start off making sense, you know? I think you're like, oh, okay, well, first we start to survive. First we learn how to survive. And we feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and make sure we have somewhere to live and got something to do on a Friday night and got Christmas money and we got retirement money and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, all right, well, we're doing good there. And after a while, you're like, all right, well, that figured that out. Now what? Okay, well, now we're gonna bring some kids into the picture. All right, well, let's bring some kids into the picture. Okay, that's great. So you got some kids in the picture, doing good there, and you raise your kids up, and your kids are doing good, and they're succeeding and carrying on in life. And then you're like, all right, well, kids that came up and move out, and you're like, all right, well. And you get an animal and a couple pets. And you're like, all right, well, yeah, the pets are okay. I got a little garden going on. That seems to be fine. Moving along. And then you start wondering, what are you going to do with every day? What do you do with every day? Because once you master the cycle, once you master the accomplishment, the achievement, wash, rinse, repeat. So what do you do after that? What's the just more and more and more and more? No, it's yes. I don't know. I don't think there's an answer to that. I think that's what is so unsettling about it, is that there isn't one answer to that question. What's after? What's after you're a parent and a property owner and a pet owner? What's after that? I think every day is our attempts to answer that. And some days the answers come really quick. And some days the answers come really, really slow. Sometimes I feel like I've got barbed wire wrapped around my head. I have the freedom for just a few mistakes here and there. Sometimes I feel like all the colors are just exploding out of me. And I don't know quite what to do with them all. And sometimes I just want to go back to bed. Not deal with it, Figure that shnikey out tomorrow. I don't need it now. I don't think I want to color them in. I think that might be too much. But at the same time, it might be kind of fun. I don't know. I like this hair. The more I do it, the more I like it. I want to do like alternate colors in there, but I'm not sure. It might destroy it. Let's try that one. Try to answer it halfway. don't want to destroy these great lines I've worked on. I think her hair's as much as it needs to be. See, the thing is when you're coloring with markers, or I guess with anything really, you've really got to make a decision. Now, there is a certain fun quality about the sketch and the space between the colors on the paper because they really pop against the white. But the more you move colors together, you lose the contrast between the colors. So I would just say, proceed with caution, as it were. Now let's say between green and red would be a great spot for brown. No, it wouldn't. Maybe for blue. Yeah, for blue. We'll answer that way. I think that's a color we've already got down there. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's too late now. Commit to it. Run with it. Oh, colors are so scary. All my black and white drawings are so much easier. Could do it out the backside too. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's like the million arms of barbed wire lady. Like I don't know, like she's fitting to do something. I don't know. I keep the darker colors over here. I haven't used black yet at all. I've spent a lifetime using black marker for everything. So when I get the courage to use color, I try to avoid using the black marker as much as possible, because what's the point, right? Alright, gonna wish I hadn't done this. Oh, a little Christmassy thing. Oh, see, that's kind of a nice thing there. Well, that is not a nice color. That's alright though. This is less about a sketch and more just drawing when I need some time to relax and regroup and remember why I deal with all of you. All of you. I'm sure I'm supposed to deal with all of you. Oh, I forgot about yellow. Yellow would be perfect in a drawing like this where there's a lot of colors. Ooh, we put yellow in here carefully. Yellow picks up everything. Let's be really careful. Yellow picks up everything. Quite easily, I might add. Yeah, you can see that it's kind of dark. Every time you touch another color with yellow's like, ooh, don't mind if I do. Can I have some of this random pigment? You sure can, yellow, go right ahead. Sneak in here. Well, let's see how far we can push this. The more I work on this, the more I like it. This is fun. It's like find little spaces where I can put yellow without crossing any other color. Now see, normally you could just do this to an entire sheet of paper, but now that I've got characters in it, looks like it has a theme or purpose. It doesn't. Oh, silly mortals. When will you learn? When will you learn your potential? When will you break out of your boxes, your self-imposed boxes? When will you run free as you were intended? Just kidding. Get back inside. It's cold out there. Put on a jacket. Have some soup. Running out of spaces to put yellow. Not bad. Not sure what this area is in here. It's kind of boring. But maybe I'll extend some. Maybe I'll do some fancy patterns. That's the thing about drawing, is when you get to a point where you're like, well, I've got to fill the page. Well, if I've got to fill the page, then I'm just going to have to do some patterns and whatnot. Maybe she could have stripes. She could have stripes, or she could have swirls. Ooh, she could have swirls. Love swirls. It could be it could be a glove of sorts. See, this grey and purple are very close, so I'm not worried too much about one picking up the other. I am, however, concerned about the alternate colour I pick, which probably isn't that blue. I picked that blue a lot, so let's pick this teal, but we've used the teal there, so we need a colour that looks good between two of these and purple. Hot pink maybe, light pink maybe. We'll do the pastel because it's kind of a pastel purple. So we'll do a shape. What shape will we do? We'll do a heart, we'll do a rose, we'll do eyes. That's creepy. I will do Christmas trees. Pink Christmas trees. Sort of. I would do more. We'll do more traditional trees. There we go. I think it gets a point across. There we go. It looks like teeth at some point. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. I don't know the rest of the song. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. How could $1 billion industry be wrong? Just go out and get yourself some presents. And that's how you celebrate how much you love your family and friends. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. We hide our presents under thee. We hide our presents under thee. And now we fill in with the purple. And just keep going, 'cause it's so dull. I'm trying not to touch any other colours because markers tend to bleed, and I just put these colours down really recently, so they will bleed quite a bit. I will tell you that right now. Now the problem is that if you don't touch the colours, then you got to be very uniform about the white that you're leaving behind. So you might actually go back with some fine tip markers and actually distinguish the distance between them, which is not a bad idea. Do I have any fine tip markers? I do, but not in that colour. But I got them in red. Oh, that could be awful if I do red. We're gonna not do that. Let's just keep going with the purple. Yeah. We've made a decision. Let's go with it. Let's keep with it. Yeah. If we're really needing some red and green action, we can put some red under here if we need. I don't know. I hate to play out colours. No, I've got a reason to go out and buy felt tip. I've got the regular, the fine point. I don't have the ultra fine point. The ultra fine point are nice. Ultra fine point, I have a few, and I've also got the Sharpie pen. These are nice. They don't bleed through. Oh no, that's a fun thing we can do on this one. Is with the markers, you can actually bleed through from the other side. So let's say, for example, that I wanted to give our friend here a circle in the middle of her chest. You can actually go underneath the piece of paper and you can hold it like so. Just wait till it bleeds. And then, of course, if you hold it down, you get more color. Like wild. and you can use different colours and so forth. That's what it looks on the back. Have a look on the front. And you're like, that's creepy. Well, it is creepy. And what you can really do is you can start really filling it in from this side. But remember, I would recommend holding it here, but then because then what you can do is it gives it a real kind of different feel to it. It kind of magically appears. And cross over and do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. It's like a witch line, look at that. Creepy through the paperwork. Always good fun. Always good fun. Well, I think we've infused a bit of colour in here. And I feel actually better. So thanks for tuning in, joining me on this journey. I hope I haven't been too droll or too downcast. Tune in next time when we decide to talk and draw something Talkin Drawful next time.